Well, right now I'm in Norway, I'm in Oslo, and I'm part of the training for the National Implementation Study. So I spent 3 days training therapists to work with kids who have obsessive compulsive disorder, and I'm now part of a conference in which we're talking about the National Implementation Study as well as other issues pertaining to OCD. And it's a model for where we need to take it. I think every expert in OCD already has a good idea that cognitive behavior therapy, both alone and in combination with medication for some cases, is effective. And we know that we have a treatment that works. And what we are really struggling with in the States and throughout is to ensure a cleaner and smoother pathway from diagnosis to being funneled to the proper places to do the most effective form of treatment. Because we find a lot of people, certainly in our experience, in an expert clinic in Philadelphia, we find a lot of people have had treatment, but when we ask them about the quality of their treatment or the kind of treatment they've gotten, they may have gone to 2 or 3 different mental health providers and never heard the word exposure. And if you're treating OCD and you do not know the word exposure, you're probably not going to be delivering the most effective form of treatment we have. I love it. I mean, one of the things I love about treating OCD is it's effective. And so I'm a notoriously impatient person. So one of the things I like is somebody comes to me, they're suffering, they're struggling, oftentimes for years, and sometimes these are kids who come in and they've missed 6 months of school, or they're losing their friends, or they can't play soccer anymore because they have to spend all their time ritualizing. And to take a kid in that circumstance and provide them a treatment that within a couple of weeks even, so depending on the intensity of the treatment, but certainly within a couple of months, brief period of time, can restore their functioning, get them on the right path. You can teach them what they need to do about future symptoms. It's really satisfying. And it's also fun because there's a thing about OCD, which is its heterogeneity. So you see so many different kinds of presentations of OCD. It's rare I have an experience where I say I saw that exact same case 3 weeks ago. I might have that experience with other disorders. I don't have that with OCD because there's so many different obsessions and so many different compulsions. And it's a complex disorder. It's less complex when you've been treating it every day for 22 years, but at the same time I still appreciate its complexity, and explaining complex ideas and complex concepts simply to patients is one of the best ways to make this easier. They come to understand it, and I want them to understand their disorder, and I want them to understand this treatment as well as I do. That's my goal. When they walk out of my office, I want them to feel like they could treat somebody else if they had to. Not that I want them to treat somebody else, but I want them to know how to do it.